these are totally modern concepts with option. And again, even field position is important with this. But I'm going to set the field on this particular thing. I'm going to set the field, the formation, into the wide side of the field. Okay. Now, where I got this is called the dog play. And this came right from Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss. And what they do, they were using the zone read. And so let's put a corner out here, and let's put a strong safety in here and a corner. And because they have this kind of a formation, most teams were using a two deep type of thing. So they've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Now they only got 6 left. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. And what teams would do, they'd play something like this with their 6 guys. And so the first thing, this guy was back and he was at a depth of about 4 yards. And that depth is something that really makes this thing a tougher play. And this is the wide side of the field here. And so when they would call right dog, the quarterback now would line up behind the line of scrimmage, and the first thing he had was a 3-step hitch to this guy. And the second thing, and at the same time, he also had a bubble screen to this side out here. Now the fact that he's 4 yards back, it's just impossible to get on him quick with anybody. And then this guy here, because this is the wide side of the field, is kind of isolated out here. They can't afford to bring a guy out in this area and here because that weakens them too much. And what they would do, they would run the zone play here, and they would read this guy. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys blocking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they'd run 5 guys here like this, and the quarterback would look at this backside end, and if the backside end came in to try to crush this thing from the backside, then he wouldn't be blocked. He could tackle this guy here, even though they're blocking 5 on 5. But what they had is this extra blocker now, and what they do is just counterstep him here like this, and he'd come around the corner, and they call this guy the cruiser. And he would just kind of cruise around here like this, and his responsibility was, if anybody would come from the outside, that was his number 1 responsibility. If nobody came from the outside, he would look to see if this guy was scraping from the inside, and that was his number 2 responsibility. And if nobody's coming from there, he'd work his way on up, and this guy is number 3. So, on this one play, and now he told me they ran this 17 times in a row in their bowl game. The quarterback has, he comes out, and if he's got soft coverage here, he just catches it and throws, and this 3-step thing, he drives him back a little bit, and then you're one-on-one with the guy here. He also has this option over here the screen, and then he has the option of the zone. And if they use their sixth guy to defense the zone, and they're thinking in terms, this particular stunt right here is really tough against the zone read, unless you have this extra blocker. But now they would block that, and so the next thing was the zone, and the third thing was the quarterback keep. So it's an option game that has high percentage type of things, and all they do is call dog left or dog right. And the quarterback had those options every time, and in the time that they were in 17 plays in a row, it may be a different play every time. Okay, so it's a new concept of the way that some teams are using an option thing. So if you're thinking of a little of that, I wanted to at least make you aware that that was a new concept. Okay, then the other play, and this came directly from Auburn, and this is called the Mike play. And we use this at Rockford, and there were times we used it like 5-6 times in a row. And what we would do is line up here, and we would always go to the wide side of the field, and our tight end would line up here like this, and then we'd have, again, our Z back here at 4 yards, and this was our fullback, and this was our Y. And on the Mike play, they got the same problem. They got to have somebody out here and here like this, and they normally, because of this formation, they got to have somebody here. So they've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Now they got 6 left. And so let's go do the same defense. This Mike and this Will. And this actually would be Sam, and the strong safety and the free safety would be the way they do that. Okay, now they'd line up like this, and the offensive line would pass block. And they run the 3-step hitch right in here like this, and it's just always there. And they run the bubble screen here, and it's always there, and they're back there 4 yards again. And the tight end would run 5 yards right down here, and he would just hitch to the inside. Now, what they would do with these 5 guys would block the 5 linemen plus the Will linebacker. So, or the 4 linemen plus the Will. And so the quarterback would catch the ball, and he has already pre-read if he's going to go here or if he's going to go here. And now they would read the mic. And on this here, the only guy that can cover the Y is the mic if he really sprints out of there, and then it's really hard to cover him. But so they threw that quick, or they read the mic, and if the mic got out underneath the Y, then the quarterback just handed it off on a draw to the tailback. And now the mic was not there, and they ran a draw on this. Now, when our tight end 2 years ago, we had a better passing attack and we used this more, but he caught 63 passes. And that is a tremendous amount of passes, and a lot of his passes were off of the mic play. So it's another way to run the option, and you don't know what's going to happen until the quarterback actually makes his decision. But these things are all tough to stop, and I wanted to show you that.